Risk of Rain 2 was my introduction to roguelikes, and I'm very glad it was, as I was amazed at the gameplay, atmosphere, eluding lore, and in my opinion, some of the best video game music to ever be brought into this world. Just listen. How can you not love it? So I do have a few hours on this game, and even though it's really not that many compared to the rest of the players in this community, I like to think I get to talk about this game. Now I'll state, I've tried other roguelikes and none of them have clicked with me as much as this game has, so I've always just stuck playing this game whenever I get that certain itch to play a roguelike. Now getting started, when you start this game up you're presented with a cutscene. This cutscene sort of explaining what you're doing in this game, and from my understanding, we are soldiers sent down to this planet to search for loot and survivors, and that's where the game proceeds from. Now I'm no Risk of Rain 2 lore expert, so I could be wrong. Anyways, now getting into the fundamentals of the game, we select our game mode of choice and are shown a character selection screen. When starting new there is only one character, the Commando, but as you play you will unlock many more after doing various challenges. There is also a difficulty slider, with the drizzle difficulty acting as the easy, rainstorm acting as the normal, and monsoon acting as the hard. After selecting our character, and for the purpose of this video, I'll be playing Commando, we are dropped down onto the planet in a pod. Immediately we are presented with a beautiful artistic landscape, and as we venture very shortly forward, we meet our first enemies. Now we can kill these enemies with various skills. Each character is given, and with every enemy we kill, 2 factors are increased, our level and our money. Our level being a way for the game to scale our base maximum health, and our money being used to open crates and loot boxes that contain items. Risk of Rain 2 has a very large variety of items, consisting of a crystal that deals bonus damage to nearby enemies, or maybe a teddy bear that can take hits for you. The way this game handles its items is very charming, and keep the player engaged until learning all of them and what they do just based on looking at them. After killing large amounts of enemies and collecting items, your actual main objective is to find the teleporter. Once this teleporter is found, you start the activation and a boss will appear, and in an arena you have to stay in so the portal power percentage goes up. Once the boss is defeated, it will drop an item for you to pick up, which is always handy. As you continue to wait for the portal to turn on, you will have to stay in the area and kill waves of enemies. After activation is complete, you can go through the portal to the next stage. Now this game has 5 stages, and you do all the same throughout these stages until you reach stage 5. In this stage you can either loop, or go to the final boss stage. Essentially looping is just going back to stage 1, with harder enemies and all the same loot, as many times as you want. But on the other hand, you can take the portal to the final boss stage. You arrive to the moon, and your objective to find the portal is replaced with finding a way to escape on the ship shown in front of you. Here you have to activate certain pillars with different little quirks, like one that sends out a repulsing force constantly trying to push you away while you stand in the area of activation, or one where the area gets smaller. After activating all the pillars, you can go to the top Colosseum area and are met with the final boss, Mithrix. This boss has a few different stages, such as one where he takes all your items, and as you damage him you get them given back to you slowly. After defeating Mithrix, the moon starts to collapse. You leave and run back to the ship with a looming timer creating immense tension to escape quickly. You then board the ship, the game is over, and this last cutscene plays. Now I think this game is still severely underrated and deserves more attention from everyone, as it has so many good aspects and so much replayability. I can only recommend this game so much. Ending off this video, I'd just like to say it's kind of difficult for me to make videos like this, as I'm editing all of this off of my PS5 and it limits my ability. I'd like to make better videos and hopefully will as time goes on, so I'd really appreciate any sort of support I can get. That includes taking 2 seconds out of your time and subscribing and liking. Thank you very much for making it this far. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.